All right, welcome back, Lord Lamba. Men, gentlemen, stay single until 30 if you want quality purpose. No, he didn't say that. Okay. Now I laughed a little bit when I saw this. Lord Lamba, remember that guy? Skit maker, part-time philosopher. He has now joined the gang of Portable and then Motivational Speaker Association. And this is what he said, and I quote: "If you want to be rich in your 20s, leave women alone until you are 30." Now, I understand where that comes from. He's probably speaking from experience. Most of us are. We all are, right? Experience heartbreak, distraction, maybe even loss of focus, right? But advice like this always sounds deep until you actually think about it, right? It sounds profound. It sounds like somebody is actually saying something until you really, really think about it. You see, the reality is that you can be 40 and still broke if you don't have focus. You can be 25 and wealthy if you have vision, structure, and self control. Very unlikely. 25 is kind of young, but it's not the woman that makes or breaks you, it's the version of yourself that shows up in the relationship. And it's unrealistic. This advice is unrealistic. People are not going to stay away from women. And this is where the listen, when a man blames women for his financial delays, what he's really saying is, I don't know how to set emotional boundaries. Relationships don't destroy men. That's the reality. Relationships takes its toll. It is what it is. A reality, right? Ungoverned emotions destroys men. If you can't lead yourself, gentlemen, you will always say someone else distracted you. Distractions are everywhere anyway, so you can validate the nonsense too. So funny enough, this same Lord Lamba was in the news not long ago. If you remember, we covered him for acknowledging his child with you remember that lady, BBN Queen, right? Right after she got engaged to another man. So maybe this quote unquote leave women alone sermon came from personal pain, not principle. So I get it. I get it. Sometimes heartbreak turns people into preachers, but wisdom is not born out of bitterness. It's born out of reflection. You actually have to be able to self-reflect, and it's something super difficult for people to do. Telling young men to avoid women until 30 sounds clever. It sounds cute, but it's lazy advice because you can't avoid women forever. Life will still require that you deal with them in business, in community, connection as a basic human need, in partnership. So the goal shouldn't be avoidance, it should be awareness, self-awareness in particular. Learn emotional intelligence early so you're not turning love into financial crisis later. Learn it as early as humanly possible. Teach your kids right now. And here's the deeper truth: money doesn't fix immaturity. In fact, it amplifies it. If you're emotionally careless when you're broke, you'll be 10 times worse when you're rich. So while you're chasing the bag, remember, also chase your skills, chase emotional intelligence skills, because wealth without wisdom, it just makes you a louder version of your flaws. It makes you an easy target because there are more than enough women out there that will take advantage of it. There's nothing wrong with taking a break to focus. That's not what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with saying, I need to get my life together. Gentlemen, before dating seriously, there's nothing wrong with that. But in fact, that's maturity. If I were to tell you, but don't package fear of accountability as strategy. You're not protecting your peace. You're running from growth. So yes, maybe Lord Lamba meant well, but if the message is avoid women, then they miss the point. The right woman won't slow you down. If you know how women works, she will multiply, she will sharpen your purpose. Is the wrong one chosen without sense that will derail you. Okay. And especially the wrong one is a product of you being a wrong person. So let me ask, do you agree with Lord Lamba, by the way? Do you agree with this rule that men should just stay single till 30? Or do you think discipline matters more than delay? That's the question that I have. Do you think he has a good point? Should men just be waiting till 30? There's not enough competent men outside. So more of them should wait till they are 30. Abby, see, isn't that kind of like logic, right? Let's just be logical, right? Let me read some comments. Let's move on to read some comments here. Somebody said, leave broke girls alone. A rich woman can make you rich quicker. Speaking of chasing the bag, how do we process that? I don't know how to process that. But for some reason, that happened to be the most popular comment on the internet. Somebody said, life no get formula. Do what works for you. That's a stupid formula. That's the formula you just give, and it's a stupid formula. To me, it's not entirely about leaving women. But I guess in this context, he mean getting distracted by different women. Like I said, that's distraction. There's a point to that. Okay. If you have one who is also focused and in alignment with your dreams, and you also to hers, both of you can serve as a catalyst to your goals. In fact, it's not can, it's that's the reality. That's what's going to happen. Both of you will serve as catalyst for each other. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So, and I don't like talking or putting too much attention on choosing right. I'd rather you be the right person. Work on you being the right person. That's what you need to do. Stop focusing on we need to pick right. We need to pick right. How do you differentiate? You can't really differentiate the two. You can't differentiate. You don't know how to tell the difference. So, see, as a reality, as a given, okay, as a fact of life, when you end up in a relationship, you're going to find moments that you felt like that you feel like you chose wrongly. Anybody that has done this long enough successfully will tell you there were moments, multiple moments, that they felt like they were chose wrong. So how do you differentiate between that and you chose wrongly? So it's a losing battle looking at it from that angle. The best angle to look at this from is you make sure you are the right person. Focus on your self-awareness, your skills as a person, as an individual. If you focus on that, it's highly impossible. It's highly improbable that you will end up with the wrong person, if that's even a thing at all. Okay, if that's a thing at all, because how do you call somebody the wrong person, but somehow once upon a time you were attracted to them, you were entering each other's quickles and genitals easily, and somehow you suddenly decided that it's the wrong person? Who are you deceiving? I think you were the wrong person is what you need to focus on. That's your best point of leverage. Somebody said, but you give woman belay in your 20s. Omo, life no get manual, I beg. What if we use its own talking point and start creating the manual that everybody is so quick to say there's no manual? How about don't impregnate people in your 20s? How about position yourself so that position yourself from a place of self-awareness, emotional intelligence. Don't tell yourself you cannot ever impregnate a person, but yet you're knocking people. If you're knocking people, you can potentially impregnate people. That's the way it works. Oh, but you can protect yourself. That's the way it works. You don't understand. See, you don't understand. That's the way it works. If you're knocking, you can get people pregnant. So positioning yourself, not necessarily where you don't want to knock, but at least you are self-aware about the possibilities, right? And then you're always working on yourself. You're busy working your purpose. So that means you have very little time left for nonsense. How about that one? How about we turn that to a manual instead of telling ourselves there's no manual? You too, you can start the manual. If there's no manual, start creating the manual. I mean, you just enjoy saying there's no manual. Does that feel good or something? I think it feels good. That's my question. Is it that it feels good that people say there's no manual, do what works for you? That's a question that I have for everybody. Leave me your comments. Let me know. Okay. Somebody say after making Queen a single mom, if not for her now husband. Okay. Anyway, everybody is talking. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. We have some other trendy stories around the world. But I do have a question. Okay. Is there a manual? Is there no manual? If there is no manual, what is stopping us from creating one? Tell me your own opinion. Personally, what is stopping us from creating a manual? Because he's going to tell us, even him will tell us there's no manual, but yet he's giving advice to young men in their 20s right now. No be juju. All right, I'll be right back. This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.